Hi guys, this is gsno.com and I'm here with the unboxing of the ASUS ROG Phone 3. Yes, I know, it's just been unveiled. It's the latest gaming phone from ASUS and the very first phone to sport a Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 Plus processor inside. It's got all the bells and whistles. This time it has a triple camera, 144 Hz refresh rate for the screen, and many more goodies. Okay, so the box format has changed. It remains intricate to open. I have to admit, I've been playing with the handset for the past few days, and let's get it out of here and see what it's all about. Okay, so this portion of the box doesn't do anything, and this is the ROG Phone 3. Covered in glass at the back side, this is Gorilla Glass 3, and at the front we have Gorilla Glass 6. Now, the metal insertion from here is smaller than on the ROG Phone 2, and the camera is wider because it's a triple camera instead of a dual one. We got the logo here, the Aura logo, which lights up, and I'm going to fire up the phone, and as it starts up, which is pretty fast on account of the specs, we're going to have a look inside the actual box. Okay, so first of all, here we have the Aero Active Cooler 3rd generation. This is an actual cooler, a fan, which takes the temperature down a notch for the device, and also offers you 2 ports, USB-C and audio jack. Okay, we're going to pull this tab here and find this case, which protects the phone partially while also letting you view all the essentials like the logo and the cameras and so forth. And also a box here which includes useful stuff like the pretty cool looking metal keys to access the slots, plus a few, I would say, manuals, or better said, stickers in this case. This is one of the most badass looking metal keys I've seen in recent history. Okay, and we're not done. Of course, there's more. These are, from what I know, lids to put on top of the side port and wherever you may need to on the device. And then we have an adapter from USB-C to 3.5mm jack, and a cable from USB-C to USB-C which connects to the charger, which is this one here, which is pretty hefty. It has hypercharge support and should juice up your device at about 30 watts from what we know so far. Okay, so that's basically everything available inside the box. Let's put it here in a more fashionable way, maybe even the original way. Okay, cramming it up here. Not very sure that I'm going to break anything or not. Hopefully not. Okay. And now back to the actual star of the show. This is the ASUS ROG Phone 3. Hard to believe, this is the 3rd generation of the ASUS gaming phone. They're quite giants in the gaming department when it comes to PCs, when it comes to laptops, and now phones. It's definitely a hefty device. It weighs 240 grams and the screen is rather large, 6.59 inch. It's an AMOLED panel with a 2340 over 1080 pixel resolution. It has 144 Hz refresh rate, also 1 millisecond response time. There's HDR10 plus support, and also 270 Hz touch sampling rate, and it shows 1 billion colors. The refresh rate can be set to auto, 144 Hz, 120 Hz, 90 or 60 Hz. Now the build, the design, it's glass at the front, there's an aluminum frame in between, and there's glass at the back. This is a Gorilla Glass 3 protection, this is Gorilla Glass 6 protection, and aside from that, as I said before, it's a hefty phone which is 9.85 millimeters in thickness. And inside there are things happening. They definitely upgraded their cooling game. The copper heatsink is 6 times larger compared to the ROG Phone 2, and we also have improved mechanisms for keeping the phone cool, including the Aero Active Cooler. Other things that are improved, we still have those buttons here. These are actual touch areas which you're going to use in games here and here. Now they've been expanded, so aside from having 2 shoulder buttons, you actually have 4 shoulder buttons because you can split them into 2 areas. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 shoulder buttons now. That's one of the novelties. Here you have the USB-C port, but you also have one here below this lid which hosts the proprietary port for connecting accessories and can be a pain to remove. I'm talking about the plug above it. Struggling to remove it so far. Here we go. Here we go. It's a bit on the thick side, and here you can see the USB-C and the complementary side port. Okay, so if you want to place the Aero Active Cooler on it, you know what you have to do. You insert it here, snap it in here, and it's connected. Okay, so it's already binded. Okay, and I can already feel it against my hand. Okay, and it can actually be tweaked from the settings for the fan speed and several other settings. And now, while you're playing in landscape mode, you can connect here the charger and also a pair of headphones, which, by the way, you don't have. There is no audio jack here, but you do get that accessory. Okay, now if you want to remove it, things are pretty straightforward. You should be able to pull it like this, unlatch it, and we're done. And you can put the lid back as it was, all well close to it. Okay, now the other accessory is this one. You can place it like this. Doesn't spoil the design. It actually makes it kind of cool. So I want to get back to the specs a bit. I think we covered the design pretty well. It's a rather massive phone, which is made of glass and metal, mostly glass. Yes, it's a bit slippery, but it's also rather heavy. You're going to be using it in landscape for the gaming, and we've already done some benchmarks and tests. First of all, the giant in the room is the brand new Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 Plus. So it's basically a 10% upgrade from the 865, still built on a 7nm process. The upgrade I'm talking about is in the frequency and the GPU frequency. Aside from that, you also get other specs which are pretty impressive here. You also get 16 gigs of RAM on our unit. It's LPDDR5 and the storage is 512 gigabytes in this version, which is UFS 3.1. Pretty impressive. There's no micro SD. The battery remains just as impressive as last year, 6000 mAh with 30-watt charging. There are stereo speakers here, this slit at the top and this slit at the bottom. They're a bit more discreet now, but they remain pretty powerful, believe me. Okay, and now moving to the camera. At the front, top right side here, there's the selfie shooter, which is a 24 megapixel camera, and at the back we find the triple camera setup, which includes a 64 megapixel Sony IMX686 sensor. Then there's the 13 megapixel ultra-wide camera and a 5 megapixel macro camera with LED flash next to them. It takes 8K videos, just in case you're wondering, and the speakers I mentioned before, they come with Dirac sound technology and also the game FX technology. So there's a lot happening here, a lot of new technologies. There's a lot of novelty and things that you can learn about the device. Okay, so we've covered the specs. Let's enter our website and also talk about the connectivity. So first of all, this is a 5G phone. It has 5G connectivity. Aside from that, it also provides you with Wi-Fi 6. There are dual SIM slots. There's dual band GPS. There's also USB-C at the bottom and on the side. There's NFC, and well, that's about it. Now the OS we're running is pretty straightforward. It's actually Android 10 with the ROG UI on top of it. And if you go here, you can actually see the game library. You can check out the console area and activate the X mode, which fires up the logo at the back side, or at least it should fire up the logo at the back side, and it allocates more resources to the gaming experience. Here you can activate the system lighting, which only now it's set up. This is the aura lighting, and of course can be tweaked. You can edit it from here. You can pick any color you want. You can mess with the brightness, the rate, set the color cycle, breathing, strobing, like this, and several more tweaks. And there's actually more to tweak from here. You can edit the light synchronization. You can see the system temperature, the GPU, the memory, the storage, the battery level, light synchronization. There's the game library, and these are the settings. You can disable fan when the microphone is active, and there's also a side menu which is triggered in games. That's your actual console for going in depth with your tweaking experience. Okay, so we still have something to learn about this handset, but we're getting accustomed to it. These are the games that we have installed, and we have a featured list which shows you which games are compatible with the 144 Hz, 120 Hz, with the gamepad, with the twin view, with the air triggers, and that's that. Hope I didn't forget anything. So the presentation is this, my first impressions, pretty much the same with ROG Phone 2 as far as feeling goes, as far as holding the phone in your hand. I like that they made the speakers more discreet. Not very sure about the removal of that metal insertion on the backside. It's a bit more slippery now, but you have cases, quite a few of them. And you also have new accessories like the brand new kunai, the new twin view dock, and many more. Speaking of which, we also have two accessories. We have a neon case, which is this one here, and we have the special ROG Lighting Armor Case 3. So if you put this on the back side, it should trigger some cool lighting effects, as far as I know. So this, okay, add themes, allow, apply, and when you put it, the theme of your phone will change accordingly. How cool is that? So it should also suit the back side. Okay, so as you can see, it's lit up, and you should be able to customize it to write anything that you want here. It actually uses the second flash below the main flash to perform the lighting. So that's about it. And by the way, I actually like this theme quite a bit. As you can see, all the icons have changed, so that's nice. So this has been the first contact with the ASUS ROG Phone 3. I've been playing with it for a few days. I also have some photos of it. I have some benchmarks with it. So I had some fun with some battery tests, and rest assured we'll be back with a full review very soon. It's definitely a beast of a phone, but it has its rivals, and I'm curious to see how it behaves in longer gaming sessions. For now, I can tell you that I didn't experience any sort of overheating, so there's that. This is from gsnron.com. Hope you enjoyed this lengthy unboxing and first impressions, and a quick run through the accessories. This is from us. Bye bye.